So this is Deliverable 2B by Cadet Fairbrass and Cadet Kichner. For this presentation, we'll be discussing the situation, the calculations we did, the consistency of the climate change, the top 5 locations with the most severe climate change, Fort Yukon, Alaska, and the effects on oil fields. ExxonMobil, for the situation, wants to know if oil fields in the Arctic will be available due to increasing temperatures and the melting of sea ice. We are tasked with determining which areas will be the most likely to become drillable due to this. For the calculations, we separated the stations based on their latitude. For stations greater than 66.33 degrees of latitude were considered in the Arctic, so we separated those and put them in a new file. Then we calculated the average minimum temperature at each of those stations, calculated the slope of the line of least squares for each of those temperatures and stations, and then sorted the data from greatest to least slope.
So after analyzing the data, we found the climate change rate to be relatively inconsistent, ranging from 0.054 to 0.0030073. We initially thought that this could be based on the station's latitude, but after looking at the stations that were furthest up north and closest to that 66.33 Arctic Circle line, we found that to be not true. So the top 5 locations with the most severe most severe climate change were in Norway, Greenland, Alaska, Slovenia, and Russia. Their respective change rates can be found to the right. We chose to look at Fort Yukon as one of the cases for climate change. Fort Yukon experienced record highs last summer, reaching temperatures up to 84 degrees. This station broke records for any station located within 50 miles of the Arctic Ocean. The station also recorded a lot of loss in sea ice. 100,000 square miles fewer than there has been in the past. To the right is the graph of the last 10 years of Fort Yukon climate. So while the change is not consistent throughout the Arctic, the average temperature is decreasing, and we can use the rates that we found to determine which stations will become available for drilling sooner than others. This concludes the presentation. Thank you, sir.